So much for that. Appreciate it. Now, after attacking the mayor of San Juan, Puerto Rico on Saturday, President Trump is now doubling down again on this Sunday. On Twitter this morning, he said, quote, politically motivated ingrates were obscuring what he said was a successful recovery effort in Puerto Rico. That's just part of it, by the way. Join me now, Congresswoman Maxine Waters of California. Representative, thank you for being with me. You heard the reporting coming out of San Juan from Mariana. There's also, of course, the tweets, and that was just one of the words, ingrates, that the president is using in this back and forth. What do you make of that?
Well, this president does not have the ability to be compassionate at all. He has absolutely embarrassed himself and his administration in the way that he has lacked leadership as it relates to Puerto Rico and to the Virgin Islands. He's been absent. And then he's lied about all that he has done. He's called the news media fake because you're reporting the truth. This president, as I've always said, is despicable, deplorable, and what he's doing and the way that he's accusing Puerto Rico of being irresponsible and they're victims because of what they have not done and the debt that they have and the fact that they have not taken care of their infrastructure. It is absolutely unconscionable, and history is not going to be kind to him.
And so many are working so hard, as you know here, Representative, on Puerto Rico at the moment to try to make things better. That also happening as he gets there on Tuesday, but before he gets there, there is today, Representative. There is the NFL. There is the issue and the controversy about players, again, kneeling to protest police brutality today. That happening a second week in a row. We have our worksheet out. We've been following every game over the last two weekends so far. When you look at what they are doing right now, these players, as they are protesting, we understand why they're doing it, but why is the president so obsessed with focusing on something that for them is so personal? He doesn't seem, again, to be passing the empathy test here.
That's because this dishonest president is again playing to a certain part of his constituency, pointing to those athletes, those black athletes for the most part, who are rich. They're doing better than you're doing. And look at them. They're disrespecting our flag. You're absolutely right. It's not about the flag. It is about a protest, and an orderly protest, to say that there's something wrong with the young black males in particular and people who are being killed at the hands of the people who we have supposedly to protect and serve us. And they're doing it in such an orderly fashion. They're not out ranting and raving on the street. They're not out organizing in communities and telling others to do anything. They're simply demonstrated their feelings about what is going on, and they're protected by the Constitution. The Constitution of the United States protects freedom of speech, and he is misusing it and sending again that message to a certain constituency that these people are the cause of all of your problems. It's racist.
When you look at constituencies, you cannot help but look at another one, again, of his campaign promises. Let's talk about tax reform, right?
Yes.
You saw the plan come out this week.
Yes.
The gradings of it are mixed. Some saying this does not help the middle class, but the speaker saying the goal here is to help the middle class. Do you think it does achieve that objective there?
No, he's lied again. As a matter of fact, when you look at the bottom tax rate, where people are now paying 10%, he's increased that to 12%. But when you look at the corporate tax rate, he is almost decreasing that by 50%, from, I believe, about 35% to about 20%. He's taking care of the big corporate friends of his. And to tell you the truth, they're not even paying the 35% at this point. With all of the loopholes and the fancy accounting that they do, they're only paying about 18%. So they're going to be paying less and less. And he's lied about it. This is not a middle class tax cut. As a matter of fact, he further goes on with the estate tax, where he wants to eliminate that altogether. And the only people who benefit from that are people who are worth, what, $5.5 million or more. So this president is misleading, lying, distorting, not telling the truth, taking care of his friends and the richest people in America.
Democratic Congresswoman Maxine Waters from California, my home state. Great to see you as always, and I thank you for your time.
You're so welcome, and thank you.
You betcha.